A very good morning to you, boys and girls, from our Lincolnshire television studio complex for the last time for 2 months. And welcome to this morning's United Kingdom talk, coming to you from the Chapel Hill Marina here in Lincolnshire, boys and girls. And it's my last time here for 2 months. That doesn't mean there's not going to be a show for 2 months. Do not worry. Millions of people all over the world started to panic at that moment. Perhaps I should rephrase it. This is the last show from Lincolnshire for 2 months. Yes. And then we'll be moving back to our Berkshire television studio complex, the jewel of Berkshire. Absolutely. More people now come to Berkshire to try and spot the Lincolnshire United Kingdom, the Royal Berkshire television studio complex of United Kingdom talk now than visit the Windsor Castle. It's unbelievable. She's been on the phone. Oh, yes. Queen Elizabeth, she's been on the phone. Chris, what time are you opening there today, dear? We haven't had anyone for months. She rang me here the other day. Unbelievable. Well, welcome along, boys and girls. And I have to say to you, what snow? We've not had a single flake of snow here in Lincolnshire. And it's quite funny, really, because my house is in Berkshire, and I'm looking at the BBC News this morning, and that is the area that appears to have been worse hit than anywhere else. That just amazes me, because that's where I would normally be. Before I bought this caravan, what's it now? June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. About 7 months ago now, I should be in Berkshire, and I'm not. And up here, lovely and cosy, in my little caravan, and no, not a single flake of snow. I kid you not. It's been very cold, although last night I thought it had warmed up a bit. Certainly warmed up a bit than it was the day before. I think I looked at the temperature last night, and instead of being -2 or 3, it was +1. And you know what? It's the weirdest thing. You know, +1 is cold, okay? And yet, because it had been +2, I left the caravan to go to my sister's. And I thought, oh, do you know, I think it's warmed up a bit. And I looked at the thermometer in front of me, and it said 1 degree. How funny it is, but I know there's a lot of people who've had an awful lot of trouble, particularly down there in the southwest. It was all over the news this morning, and in the papers, in the Daily Mail, it says this morning, swathes of Britain are crippled today after doomsday snow. For God's sake, mate, you get about 2 days of it. 2 days. Although, if you're stuck in a car for hours and possibly a day or more, then I can understand where you're coming from. It says, after doomsday snow caused chaos across southern England, which is where I live, you see, with some areas getting up to 10 inches. I could only dream of getting, no, it doesn't matter, areas getting up to 10 inches overnight on the coldest night in Britain for 7 years. The Met Office has issued an amber warning that carries a potential risk to life, with more extreme snowfall expected in the home counties and West Country until lunchtime, cutting off towns and villages. But we're talking of cutting off towns and villages, you know, for a few hours, maybe a day, maybe 2 days. I mean, you're hardly cut off. If you want to see real troubles in the world, go to somewhere like, I don't know, West Africa, where they got nothing to eat. For Christ's sake, 2 days of snow. That's all it'll be. I'll tell you, maybe maximum 3 days, possibly maximum of 3 days of disruption. And people think their lives have come to an end. It's just madness. And I bet you've got 3 days worth of food in the cupboard, haven't you? Huh? I mean, you want to come and see the amount of baked beans I've got here? I could live for years in here without having to leave. That would be quite a nice thing, wouldn't it? Just turn on my webcam and do constant show. Oh, incidentally, talking of constant shows, Facebook, okay, now YouTube, you could already do this with YouTube, I think, but Facebook have now changed something, right? And you can now do a continuous live show. I can have a little camera following me around everywhere. What do you think of that idea? Would you like to would you like to peer even more into my life than you do now? There was a film once like that. There was a film. It was a group of young people, and they were all pretty much addicted to Facebook and Twitter and things like that. But they had this university social group, and they all uploaded pictures. And anyway, this girl joined them, and she decided to have a camera on 24 hours a day. Obviously times when she went to the toilet or in the shower, then she turned it off. She had this camera following her around 24 hours a day, and in the end she had to turn it off because there was too much trouble. It just didn't work. I wonder if would you like that? A camera following me around 24 hours a day. God, you'd never get anything done. You'd be too interested in what I'm, because I'm a very interesting person, you know. Very, very interesting. Not boring. Not boring. Not politically correct. Not a snowflake. We're not snowflakes, dear. Was one what was a snowflake on the telly this morning? Oh yeah, snowflake on the telly. So of course we've got the picture of the reporter, you know, surrounded by snow. What you can't see is the picture of the car, which is probably just behind the camera with its heating full blast. So the moment she finishes that report, she's back in the car with her cups of tea and coffee and what have you. You don't see that bit. Oh yeah, if you want to have a duvet day, have one today. A duvet day? What a waste of a life. Sitting there, getting up, getting on the settee and spending the entire day under a duvet. What a dreadful waste of life that is. Oh, I'm a snowflake. Oh, no, can't go out today. Oh, schools are shut everywhere. This never used to happen when I was a child. Shut in schools for a day. I'll have you love. If we didn't turn up, even in the weather like this, if we didn't turn up, we were in trouble. My school, London Oratory School, we were in serious trouble if we didn't turn up for school. Let me turn my heat. I mean, it's so warm in here. I'm going to turn my heating off. The overnight lowest temperature. Now, you don't want to have been in Braemar last night. Minus 15.4 centigrade. I don't know why they bother putting the point there. You know, 15.4. It probably feels the same to you and me. And I've been to Braemar, and it was snowing many, many years ago. About 20 years ago, I was booked to do DJing. Someone I knew had decided to take kind of a bit of London right up to Braemar in Scotland. He hired a village hall, and then there was me and a band, and he never paid us. He never paid us. So do you know what I did? I was booking a place at the time, Harpo's in Earls Court. So I waited. I bit my lip. I waited for my time, you see. Then I booked him, because he was a singer. I booked him to sing at the place I was working at. And you see, I was in control of handing out the money to the acts. So the money would come to me, then I would hand it to the acts. You see, that's how it worked, because I was in charge of the bookings. So I booked him, he come and did his set, and then I went into Pam and said, I've got your wages here. I've taken out what you owe me. So there you go, 20 quid. Oh yes, bide your time, boys and girls, bide your time. So you don't want to have been in Braemar last night, minus 15 degrees. That's a beautiful place. If you're driving to Braemar, you drive through all this Highlands, Scottish countryside, and it is stunning. Absolutely stunning. But if you break down, I think you're on your own. Mind you, that was the days before mobile phones. That's how long ago that was. Beautiful, beautiful place. It says in 2012, here in Lincolnshire, somewhere got minus 15.6 or something. So it wasn't far off that. Devon and Cornwall, hundreds of motorists blocked roads after abandoning their vehicles. And again, I saw this on the news today, like where you see like a motorway. Was it a motor? No, it was the A30. This was in Berkshire. It was the I think it was in Berkshire. When they keep talking about the A30 on the news, which appears to have been the worst road hit. Okay, they keep showing pictures of the A30. Now, the A30, I didn't know that it went that far. Now, I use the A30. Now, where I use the A30, I come off the M25. See, there's two main ways of me getting home. Either round the M25, so and then on to the M3, okay? Or, I mean, several ways to get home, but two of these ways, that would be the main way. Or I can come off the M25 and go on the A30. And it's a more relaxing ride. You're off that blooming great big main motorway where people are desperate to get past each other, and you kind of go. So I often go on the A30. Tonight, Friday night, after a little bit later on, I shall be leaving here for the last time, driving into London, and on the way home, I will probably take the A30, but maybe not tonight. And I come off the M25, go on the A30, past a couple of petrol stations, and it's nice and quiet. And I go through some beautiful places near Egham and was it Sunningdale? Is it Sunningdale? No, it might not be Sunningdale. It's another one, Sun something or other. Oh gosh, can't remember what it's called now. through Ascot. Oh, it's lovely. Virginia Water, lovely. It's nice and quiet, and it's just a single lane. You take it easy, and then I rejoin the Bracknell Road. So the A30 is a road that I use, and I like that road. But maybe not tonight. I'll probably be better to stick to the motorways tonight, won't I? But I'm amazed that we are that here I am up north, not a single flake of snow. And yet where I'm going later, they've had quite a lot of snow and a lot more to come this afternoon, apparently. I'm looking at the weather, and it's looking like it will stop before I have to leave and go back to my house later on tonight. Like, that is from work until tonight. So fingers crossed with that. Right, let's say hello to some of you this morning. We've got the text thing up and running, boys and girls. 07551 259 675 if you want to text into the show this morning. 07551 259 675 for the text in. The message system seems to be working this morning. So, first message of the day is from Mr. Mark Jones. A very good morning to you, Mark. He rang in. What was that? I just dropped. Oh, I dropped my koala bear. 1 minute. I dropped my koala. 1 minute. Koala bear is in there. Hello, how are you? Oh, I'm very well, thank you very much. And how are you doing today? Oh, I've not been doing too much. I got up about 7:15. Oh, that's really interesting. You're such an interesting person. I'm one of your biggest fans. I don't think you are one of my biggest fans. Yes, you are. No, you're not. You're only small. Oh, well, that's not what I meant. Oh, okay then. Bye-bye. Thank you. There's Mr. Koala Bear, as provided by the lovely... That is actually a live animal. Just wanted to point out, we don't have stuffed animals here. Some people stuff their pets, don't they, when they die? Why would you do that? Have a dead pet sitting there. Chuck it in the bin and get a new one. Dear me. Good morning to Mark Jones in the house. Morning, Mark. Morning to Adam the plumber. Katie Ann Patterson, who sent me this live koala. Oh, there it is. Did you see it jump up then? Did you see that? My live koala bear is there. Good morning. Mark Jones, yeah, you beat Adam this morning. Well done, Mark. Michael Lawrence, good morning, Mike. How cold have you been this morning? I hope you keep warm. Yes, as I say, it's not cold at all here this morning. I mean, even I went into the living room, which can be a tad chilly, although not too bad, since I installed fan heaters in here. I was saying yesterday, you want to heat up a space quickly. Get yourself a decent fan heater. Don't go for a cheap one, I would say. You know, always try and stick to a brand name where it comes, I think, to electricals and gas items, because of some of this stuff is made cheaply and could be dangerous. I've got 2 Dimplex fan heaters in the living room, Dimplex, and they were I think they were £19 each. Dimplex, you can't go wrong, can you? And you put them on, and very, very quickly you can get a space heated up like that. Good morning to Adelaide. Morning, Adelaide Campbell this morning. Tina Fink, hello Tina. Good morning from your USA van. Hello Tina. USA, Chicago and around that area has got it much worse than us. Oh my God. Minus 45 wind chills. And I was saying on the telly, I think I mentioned this yesterday, that you've only got to breathe the air in, and that can really damage your lungs. You mustn't go out in that weather, or at least put something across your mouth and your head and everything else. And apparently you can see, you actually see frost gather on your eyelashes. Scary, scary. I hate the snow. I'm really not a cold type person. Adam has a fur baby, 14 years old. He's got a cat there. Zoe is going over to America too. I told her about the Uber drivers. Oh, don't get in an Uber cab ever, wherever you are in the world. They ain't got a clue where they're going. Really, just get your, in America, I suppose, a yellow taxi. Here in the UK, a black taxi. Do not get in an Uber cab. Horrible things. Don't go for price. Just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's going to be good. You know, spend the money and get into a black cab. They look after you. They're all right with these boys and girls who drive the black cabs are professionals. They are professionals and they know what they're doing and where they're going. Don't get into a Uber driver. Use a black cab, all right? Good morning to Ray Reynolds joining us this morning. Morning, Ray. Adrian Richardson is there. Morning, Adrian. Don't forget to turn and drain your water. Well, I'm turning off the water and I'm opening the taps. The trouble is, I don't know where the drain valve is in here, and I've looked and I can't find it. So we're just gonna risk it and stay like that. Tell the Queen I said hi, Katie. Does she know you as well, Katie? That's good news. Hello to Diane Jeb. Lance, a very good morning to Lance. I think you're with us for the first time today. Lance de Boyle is down under. A very good morning to you, Lance. Australia, one of my favourite countries in the world. I've been 5 times, loads of family there. Been all over the place. Funnily enough, Lance, I've never really done the whole tourist thing in Australia. Blue Mountains and all that. And next time I go, I must arrange an itinerary. There's a good word. And I love that word. Use that today, everyone. If you're watching on one of the Learn English channels, use that word. Itinerary. Itinerary, okay? Adrian says, my moat has defrosted this morning. It was frozen over yesterday. Oh, sorry, it's obviously warmed up a bit where you are as well. Tina Fink, 10 inches is nothing here in New York. We get feet. You're lucky, Tina, over there. Oh, I'd die for 10 inches. I really would mind it. Gas yourself out with beans. You're right. You have too many of those and you're in trouble. Morning to Christopher Ireland. Thank you very much for Christopher. I must have thank you, and I did reply to you there. I hope you saw the reply. He invited me and someone else to a publican's dinner type thing the other day, didn't you? So thank you for inviting me. Unfortunately, I can't come to that. The 24-hour camera thing, Christopher said that would be interesting and true reality star. Not like the Gemma Collins show. Let's show them how it's done. Katie, why did they abandon their cars? They can't move. They can't move. The cars are stuck on the road in the snow. They can't move. We do not cope well with bad weather here in the UK. We're just not used to it. Good morning to Evan. Morning, Evan. Snow in Cornwall this morning. A30 here is a nightmare. So the A30, is that right? It goes all the way down to Cornwall? Because it comes near me. The A30 is very close to me. I didn't know that. I thought it was like a local road, the A30. Goes through, as I say, is it Sunningdale? Might be Sunningdale. Sunningdale, it's near Ascot, Virginia Water. What's that place there? As I say, Egham, and it goes. You can get into Bracknell. You can't get right into Bracknell on it, but very close to it. I didn't know it went that way. Didn't know. Morning to Kelly Witt. Morning, Kelly. Safe journey home. Thank you, Kelly. I won't be leaving till later. And the weather looking up here is looking fine, actually. It's just down south there. Adrian had a black cab last week when I went to the Ritz in the theatre at 2. How lovely. I must admit, I was definitely impressed with them. I refuse to use Uber. They can't drive. They don't know where they're going. Even when I'm on the road, drive myself, I dislike them because their courtesy on the road, they seem to think, oh, wrong. Turning, let's cut everyone up. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right, Adrian. This is my bugbear. I travel into London not as much as I used to. Luckily, now that I come up here, I don't have to do that drive anymore. And believe me, you don't know how happy that makes me. I don't have to... all I drive along the Euston Road twice a week. I think 4 times a week now. 2 of those are on a Saturday, in, out. That's fine. The Saturday journey is usually fine. And actually, I don't come out on the Euston Road anymore, Adrian. Let me tell you, the trip I take home now, I don't go on the Euston Road because you can get jammed up easily at midnight there. I come out of Central Station, I go round then I go towards the Caledonian Road, after turning right, after Central, and then instead of turning right, I turn left. I go up there, turn left again, I go down there, turn left again, so I'm now coming back down York Road, and then I turn right to go into those sort of under the bridge, the station, okay? So you've got the posh flats on the right, the really expensive flats. End of that road, I turn right, up to Camden Town, out at Coco's, slightly a little bit up Camden High Road, which can be a little bit busy, but it's nothing like the Euston Road. Then I turn left at this pub, and I go right up to the park, and then I keep the park on the left, I go down there, and I come out right at the other end of the, is it Euston Road or Marylebone Road? And I turn right, and at that point there, I'm almost going onto the flyover. That's the route I take on the way home now. I won't go on the Euston Road. And the main reason I won't go on the Euston Road is those blasted Uber drivers. They are an absolute nightmare. You never got cut. Okay, sometimes black taxis might suddenly stop, but they never cut you up. You always know where they're going, and they move along at a reasonable speed. They're certainly not tapping away on their phones when they're driving, are they? There we are. Evan says the A30 goes all the way to Penzance. I did not know that, Evan. I really didn't know that. That's an interesting thing, that. It's Gary. Isn't that interesting? There's my nephew, Gary Butler. Morning, Gary. And Adrian says as well, if you want to chat, you will. A black cab driver will chat to you about whatever you want to talk about. They are fantastic drivers. And let me ask you this. How many times have you seen an accident with a black cab on the road? Have you ever seen, and they are the most fantastic drivers, better than me or you? They are absolutely fantastic drivers. That's where you want to be. Please don't use an Uber driver. Bloody nightmare. And they're rude. I've never been in one. I just hear stories from other people that have been in Uber drivers. They are rude. Rude. Not all of them. A lot of them. Okay, good morning to Christina Ewing. Morning there, my darling. Hope you're well. Have you got the snow down in Portsmouth? Let's just go on to YouTube. Good morning to Claire. Morning, Claire. You lovely lady. Morning, Chris. Last show from Chapel Hill for a while. Yes, indeed it is. This is our last day up here in the caravan. I have to move out before night time. I can come up here, but not sleep here. So last night was the last night I was able to sleep here, and then it closes for 2 months. You see. Morning to Weird City Citizen. Au revoir. The Chapel Hill Studios. Yes, indeed. I'll be back here in April, though, hopefully. Claire says we had snow in Surrey from about 8 o'clock last night. Then all night. It's not that bad, but it has settled in some places. Thank you, Claire. Yeah, my mate, of course, lives in Bracknell as well. And he said the snow there was pretty heavy last night and has settled. So I'll have to speak to him a little bit later. Good morning to JP. JP is in the house. A very good morning to JP. Claire, revenge is sweet. Oh, it certainly is, Claire. I got my money back. Don't worry about that. Oh, yes. Yes, if people cross me, it gets installed into my mind. And it might stay there for years. And then you get that opportunity, don't you, to get them back. There's a few people with bits and pieces stored of forgiveness, or we should forgive everyone. I find that very difficult, Claire. Especially if I've been ripped off for money. No, that doesn't get forgotten. It gets installed into the head and it waits. It waits for an opportunity. Let's have a look there. Weird City Citizen. Is Chris vegan? Are chocolates vegan? Some are, yes. Vegan means you can't do anything at all with animals. So apart from not eating dead animals, you wouldn't use their milk or honey or anything at all to do with animals. That's vegan, okay? I'm not vegan. Ooh, light dusting of snow, Christina was saying, but now does slush. So do you like those slush puppy things? Or you can get a headache with those. You can get that brain freeze things with slush puppies, can't you? Bum, 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 bum. Ice, ice, baby. Let's have a look here. A very good morning to... let's see. I've got no name on there. I had to actually unlock the text message phone to see if there's a name there. Sometimes it just comes up with the number and the name, and I don't recognise the number. I'm not very good with numbers. I'm all right with money. I know where every single penny's going from, but not money's. Good morning to Maureen this morning. Good morning, Maureen. Glad you're there, Maureen. Now, Maureen sent me a message on Wednesday. I was going to answer this yesterday, Maureen, but you weren't there, my darling. So she says, can you take off your private setting on your... Oh, 1 minute. That's jumped forward. On your upload video site and restore to how it was before when the karaoke and chat shows were all in order in one line together. Now... when I read that, it suddenly occurred to me that something I must have changed. I mean, I don't know if the stuff can change itself on its own. Certainly, Maureen, with certain programs on computers and that, I've downloaded updates before and it's changed settings. And I think some of you, can I just ask you if you agree with that comment there? I have certainly updated programs on the computer before and it's changed settings. Proof of the pudding there, you may sometimes have seen a show, it's only happened a couple of times, where I've started the show and there's no sound. Okay, do you remember those? There's been a couple, only two, I think, 2 or 3. And that's when I've done an update and I've started the show. Unbeknown to me, it's changed my sound settings. So that has actually happened. Now, I'm wondering if the same sort of thing has happened here, Maureen. But when you commented how it was before, when all the chat and karaoke shows were all in order in one line together, it suddenly occurred to me, I think you're watching a playlist. Now, I have a couple of playlists on my YouTube account, youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK, right, is where my stuff is. If you're watching a playlist, then the most recent one is at the top and it goes down in order, right? If I wanted to, I could manually go on and change that order, but there's no reason for me to do that, so I never do, okay? Now, presumably, if somehow that setting has been changed to private, then you can't see that playlist. Now, you also mentioned, just a minute, you say, with the private setting on, they're all jumbled up. Now, no, you see, I don't think you would be able to see them at all if it had said private. That's the thing. Anyway, I went on to that and I had a look and I think it was set to private. So I hope, because you know, to be honest, you don't know much less than I know about YouTube settings. There are 1,000 settings on YouTube. There really are. And to find your way to, oh, where's this? And you're looking and you just can't find it. That's been the difficulty here, Maureen, because I have looked, believe me. She says, upsetting, trying to find anything. Virgin had told me there's nothing wrong with my service, that the problem is the private setting on YouTube. So I think that I've now made, as it was before, the setting on my United Kingdom Talk videos playlist public. I'm pretty sure I've now made that public. Now, you also say, hi Chris, if you set your liked videos to public, that will solve the problem. Now, again, I had a look at the liked videos setting yesterday, and yes, indeed, that had somehow been set to private. So I've made that public again as well, okay? But actually, I don't like my own videos. Do you see? I don't click that little like button for my own videos, so I'm not quite sure. And besides, if I haven't clicked my own videos as a like, then surely my own videos won't appear in my liked list. Do you get it? So you've got a list of liked videos. So if I watch a video and I really like it, I'll click like. People should be able to see my liked videos. You'd be quite surprised at some of the stuff I like. There's religious stuff on there. There's cartoons. There's a lot of old television idents and things like that. There's just stuff that interests me. So you'd be probably surprised at what I like and what I don't like on there. Well, you can only see what I like. So you click the like button and it joins that like list, right? So they're all my liked videos. Now, I don't click like on my own videos. I suppose I could. I don't know. So I don't do that, right? So I don't think that my own videos would be in the like list. So when you say, if you set your liked videos to public, I don't think that's going to make any difference. However, I have done now. So if you could check and see if everything's working now, because quite frankly, I don't know what else to do. The only reason I've known what to do is because of your help there, Maureen, which I thank you for. And remember, you know, if you're having trouble, someone else is probably having trouble as well, as it was before. I don't quite really understand how the settings have changed, though. So I hope that has sorted out for you. But, you know, I'd hate to be anyone having trouble, you know, when I take the time and trouble to find out sort of what work I do. I consider this like, it's not a job, but it's work, you know, and if people enjoy my work, then I'm happy as a sandbag, really. Katie is going down to the Gold Coast today. having a birthday lunch with her daughter, Zoe. So happy birthday to Zoe this morning. There you are. Michael's wishing you happy birthday as well. How nice is that? All right. Let's have a look here. There was hardly anyone in the Horncastle swimming pool last night. I suppose it was really... Sorry, yesterday afternoon after I finished, went in the car up to Horncastle. And there was hardly anyone in there yesterday at all. And while I was swimming up and down, you can actually see the showers from where you are. There's only 2 showers in there. And I felt a bit guilty. I was watching these 2 ladies struggling with the shower because, you know, the button won't stay in. The button's on both of them. There's something wrong there, and they don't seem to be able to sort it out. They're telling us it's the water pressure, but whatever. So I've watched these 2 ladies, and I kind of chuckled to myself because I know what to do now. You just, as I said to you the other day, all you've got to do is jam the end, the key. You get a key for the locker on like a plasticky rubber strap thing. You get that bit of plastic rubber stuff, jam it in the key, and it stops the button coming back out again. And I thought, shall I go over and help them? I thought, no, I'll carry on with my swim. How evil am I? Evil, dear. Evil. So that was a swimming pool. And then I went out to lunch with my niece. Now, I've been promising her that for some time, of course, because she's moving to Cyprus. Although it's been put back, she's not going now to the beginning of March. So she's moving to Cyprus in March for 3 years. So actually, it was her. It was her who suggested to me, can we go out for lunch? You know, as it's your last day up here in Chapel Hill, and I'm going to Cyprus and more of it. I said yes. So we went out to lunch yesterday, and we were going to go to an Italian restaurant, Lorenzo. That sounds Italian, doesn't it? Lorenzo, just like a mama used to make. Lorenzo restaurant. So we were going to go to Lorenzo's restaurant, so we pulled up. I went to her house. She's painting her house at the moment because we're going to let that out, which makes sense. Although they're a bit slow about it, I've got to say, that might be because I'm a landlord and I'm kind of, you know, as soon as someone moves out of a property, you need to let that as quickly as possible. The next day, if possible, you know, although that's unlikely. But certainly, if I have a tenant move out from one of my properties, the decorators are in there the next day. You know, that's got to... In fact, sometimes the estate agent takes people round to the flat while the other people are still there. They have to agree to it, of course. You know, do you mind if some people come round to look at the flat? And generally people say yes, you know, because with the estate agent, nothing's going to get nicked or anything like that. So they take them around the house and they, oh yeah, we like that. Oh, by the way, this is all being decorated. Might be a new bathroom. And you tell the prospective tenant all these things. Oh, right, okay. And they look round and they can sign up there and then, you see. Even when that person's still there, so you've got your exit date, say that could be the 1st of February. Well, we're going to need about a week to tidy it up. Yeah, okay. And then they could be, then literally, so that would be the 1st of February. 2nd of February, you'll have the decorators in there. They'll be done by the 3rd of February. The 4th of February, the carpets will go down, and the estate agent is in contact with all these different people, you know, plasterers, carpet people, kitchen people, and they're pretty quick. None of this waiting for 4, 5, 6 weeks when they got a space in their diary. They're pretty quick at being able to do it, for which, of course, you're probably paying a little bit of a premium there. But that's how to do it. You get that out as quickly as possible, because the moment that becomes empty, it's losing money. The moment it becomes empty, you are losing rental. But my niece, I mean, they all moved out of there a little while ago. Of course, she's got a family, so there's no time or anything there. So she and my sister and her husband and, of course, my niece's husband as well, before he's already gone. He's already gone because he's got the job there, you see. They've been going around in their spare time and doing it, you know. But, I mean, 3 or 4, I think about 3 weeks has passed now since they moved out. In my mind, you see, if it had been me, I would have arranged decorators. Right, I'm going to move out here. Let's get them in. It'd be done within a week. But nevertheless, you know, they're getting it done out. And the idea is that they're going to rent it out to people while they're away for 3 years. I think it makes sense. Might as well have some money coming in from it rather than it sit there being empty, doesn't it? Thank you, Wayne, who enjoys my work. Thank you very much, Wayne. Lots of people enjoy your work, Wayne. They do, my darling, as a professional DJ, darling, professional DJ and karaoke host. Kate is sitting there eating Freddo Frog chocolate. Oh, it's so too small, that is. Oh, it's so small, Katie. Well, you won't get fat on that. Shall I show you something, Katie? Ready? Ready? This was a gift from my nephew and his wife and the children for an early Christmas gift. Oh, Maltesers! Oh, you sit there and have that tiny little Freddy the Frog chocolate. I'll have my Maltesers, thank you. Extra large box. The only thing is, not many left. I had all those yesterday. Terrible, isn't it? And of course, I can get high on the smell of Maltesers. Oh, absolutely delicious. Now that I've smelt them, I'm going to have to eat those probably on the way. I don't know if I'm going to go swimming. I'll sort the caravan out before I go swimming, I think. I might go swimming today. I wasn't going to go today because I've got a few extra bits to do, seeing as I'm leaving here for 2 months. But actually, there's not as much to do as I thought. I thought the other day, you know, I'll pour the settees and that away, and that it's a really heavy settee. But I didn't realise it's in 3 sections. I've got this great big leather settee in the living room. Now, I wouldn't buy leather, you know, abuse of animals and all that. I'm a bit like that. I wouldn't buy leather really. However, the settee was already here, so I used that one, and it's actually in 3 sections, but it's blooming heavy. Anyway, I pulled this settee away from all the wall. I thought I'd get the Hoover behind there. There's not a speck of dust there at all. No dead insects, nothing. Bit of a waste of time, really, but it's been hoovered now, so busy, busy, busy. Sorry about that, Katie. Have you finished that Freddo the Frog yet? One bite and the bloody thing's gone, dear. There's hardly any chocolate on it. I mean, they were small when they first came out. They're absolutely minuscule now, like all the rest of the sweets. Have you seen how small a Mars bar is now? Yeah, I'd say. Oh, the best one, the cream eggs. Now, the cream eggs of today are obviously small. You know, sometimes I must admit, you look at a Mars bar, you probably have difficulty telling that from the normal size one. But cream eggs definitely this year look a lot smaller to me. After that, I've got fatter and I just need to eat more. One of the two. Michael wants some of Katie's Freddo chocolates. I tell you what, Michael, take me out and I'll buy you one. There's that. I'll get you a Freddo the chocolate. I'll chew it up and you can have it after that. Wayne, Uncle Chris, pay the painters or help them. No, I'm not paying them, dear. They'll be getting 700 quid a month off that house. But it is worth it. To be honest, to me, I think it's worth paying someone to get in there and get it done. Get that house up. They haven't even had anyone go round. Look, I would have had people go round yet. But, you know, we all work differently, so that's it. That's it. Adrian, you must think about your heart at your age. All that chocolate log in your heart that I was up. I don't really want to see you dying on live TV, but maybe slightly with a Malteser dripping out of your mouth. Adrian, excuse me, I go swimming every day, mate. I do walking. I do loads of exercise. It's only people that don't do anything that get into trouble. What do you do? What did you do yesterday? Did you go swimming? Did you go for a run? Did you go down the gym? Anything at all? A bit of something? No, nothing at all. Oh, no, you got on the bus, didn't you? You got on that. Must have tired you out, you poor old soul, Adrian. Must have tired you out, mate. Michael Lawrence, it looks small. You haven't seen it yet. Oh, the Freddo chocolate. I beg your pardon. Yeah. See what you mean. I'm very naughty this morning. So as I say, going back to lunch there, Lorenzo's was closed. So we went to the tea house in the woods, which is a delightful place. And I could not believe it. There was ice on the road up here yesterday. It was really, really cold during the daytime, sort of around about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And we went into the tea house in the woods, which is like it's not just tea, it's meals and everything there. It was packed. Absolutely packed in there. And we had to sit on a little low table in comfortable chairs by a beautiful open fire, waiting for a table. It was absolutely heaving in there. I couldn't believe it. You know, what was it, Thursday afternoon? Not even a weekend. And my niece was saying, it was just my niece and me there. My niece was saying that it's always busy in there, So we had ordered our food. I had an omelette and chips, and my niece had salmon. Well, of course she would do. I was paying for it. She must have gone through the bloody menu and chosen the most expensive thing. Oh, I think I'll have salmon. You know, if it had been her buying it, I'll just have cod and chips. Oh no, salmon. Oh, I'll have salmon. Most expensive thing on there. And then she wanted pudding as well. Blackberry and apple crumble with vanilla custard. Oh, it was delicious. Oh, the food was amazing. The service was fantastic. It's spotlessly clean in there. I couldn't fault it at all. Highly, and you know I will either recommend something to you or not. Like that ghastly chain place restaurant in Boston. Can't remember what it was called there, where they count out the bloody chips there. Can I have some more chips? Oh, that's a portion. That's the answer you got. Rude. The chain mall. Oh, what is it called now? The Chain Bridge. I think it's called the Chain Bridge restaurant. Don't go there in Boston. Tight with the food and not friendly. Not friendly. This place, the Tea House in the Woods, fantastic. Friendly, decent sized portions. Actually, you know I'm a bit of a bugbear about chips coming in a little tube thing. They did come in like a little metal bucket, the chips. But, and here's the but, it was a reasonably big bucket. Okay, I'm not talking like a bucket what you put water in, just a thing for chips, like a metal thing like that it was. And it was full up. It was full up with chips and it was a decent sized portion. Okay, so if you're ever in Woodall Spa and you want somewhere nice to eat, go to the Tea House in the Woods. They do everything in there from, you know, chips and stuff like that to other proper meals. There's vegetables, decent puddings, and they also do an afternoon tea in there. And while we were sitting there eating our meal and chatting, well, I was doing the chatting, funnily enough, she was just listening. And a couple of these afternoon teas came, and they always serve them on 3 plates if it's a proper place. You know, a bottom plate where your sandwiches would be. Then in the middle are the scones usually, and on the top are the little sort of mini cakes. And this was full up, and a couple of those went past. So it looks like they do a decent afternoon tea. And let me tell you, it's nothing like the prices I pay at in the hotels in London for afternoon teas either. Oh no. No, I think it's about 15 quid, which is very, very good value for money. I think it was 15 quid. Tea House in the Woods for afternoon tea. So again, something there. Highly recommended place. Really, really nice meal there. Adrian, have you seen the portion size in the Ritz? Definitely going to get fat on that, and they don't do chips. Is it? I don't know. I haven't been to the Ritz for the afternoon tea. Did you get enough food? An afternoon tea you should get. Generally, most places, it's as much as you can eat. So if you get your sandwiches and you want more, you order more. There and then. But I'd be very careful with that, because what's happened to me and my mate before is we've had one lot of sandwiches and they don't look that big. You know, they're kind of cut into fingers, right? And then you order some more. Then you have those. And oh, that was nice. Then you realise there's still 2 scones to go. Now, scones don't necessarily have to be that big, but they're very filling scones. Very filling. And then, oh, there's the cakes as well. You know, so be careful ordering 2 lots of sandwiches, because often you'll have the sandwiches and then you haven't got room for the other stuff above it. So be careful, but you don't be greedy. Don't be leaving stuff on the plate, Adrian. I'll be very upset if I find you're leaving stuff on the plate there. Wayne, are you still banging on about those chips? Yes, I bloody well am. Yes, I am. I don't forget things, Wayne. I don't forget when I've been crossed, my friend. Absolutely not. No. We don't forget when we're being crossed at all. Don't forget you can text in, Gan, 07551 259 675. Maureen says, thanks for trying to sort out the problem. I really appreciate that. I will let you know if it works. Yes, as soon as the show's finished today, have a little look, Maureen. And I don't know if you're coming tonight at all, but if you come tonight, let us know then or something, all right, that it's worked. I hope it's worked. Frankly, I don't know what else to try. I will have another look if that hasn't worked. My brother-in-law, Martin, is very good at sorting that sort of thing out. He does his own shows. Retro Store, it's called. Retro Store. And at the moment, he's restoring things. He's got a brand new video up at the moment. He's restored, it looks like a knife or some sort of agricultural type thing. And it comes all, when he gets it, it's like all, he gets stuff off eBay, car boot sales, and he restores them. He's so good at doing that sort of thing. and it was like this rusty old knife. Well, it's now shining and very sharp, and he's put a new handle on it. It's like a new knife, and it's got like where the metal is, like indents. And I said, will you be smoothing those out? And he said, no, because that will take away the character of the knife. And I get that. Because I'd rather have that knife in my drawer than something that's just come out of, I don't know, in Argos, a set of knives. You chop stuff up twice and then it's blunt again. And he's also restored a Matchbox car. Do you remember those? Matchbox cars. Oh, blooming wonderful they were. Weren't they, eh? I had a whole box of those as a child. And I gave the whole box to my son when he was about, oh gosh, he must have been about 3 or 4 years old then. I hope he's still got them. Yeah, Matchbox cars, you can pick those up. They go for some money as well. And he's restored it. Excuse me, he literally took the little, this is my brother-in-law, took the car apart and he repaints it with a spray thing and cleans it all up. You can order wheels, because often the wheels are worn out, because as a child you would have pushed this thing along and all that. So you can order little wheels off eBay and places like that. It's just amazing what you can do with these things. But have a look at that. Retro Store is my brother-in-law's channel, and he makes a lot of money out of it as well now. He's got thousands of views. Thousands of people watch his channels. Me, I'm lucky to get 20. I might do. I was talking to him last night. I've got a pair of trainers that my sister fixed a little while ago, glued them, but they've split again, and it's at the side where the sole joins there. And I might do my own restore video soon, just as a little try out on trainers. What do you reckon? Now, do I do it like this with the talking, or with no talking and just music, or something like that? I don't know, with perhaps actions, like you could cut to a little thing of me and go like that, or something like, or shall I do it with the talking? I'm not sure how to. I'm going to have a little think about that. The other thing I've wanted to do for some time is read children's stories, literally on YouTube. Literally open a book and read a story. I would like to try that as well, and I've been going on about that now for almost a year, and I still haven't done it yet. You have to be. You can't just read any story, because it's all copyright issues. You're using my work and all that. But there are stories that are out of copyright. I believe the Brothers Grimm stories are out of copyright, so you could read those on a YouTube channel, and entertain children. It would be nice to make a little bit of money out of it. But that's not the be all and end all of this. Certainly, what I'm doing now is not about making them. Would it be nice to be paid to do this? Of course, it would be, but that's not going to happen, because this is very niche. You either got to like this or you don't. People don't tune in. Oh, it's fantastic, and they stay. Look, most people stay for about a minute, to be honest. And then sometimes we do actually get to a minute. Some of the viewers stay and watch a whole minute. Can you believe that? I know. Where's the YouTube people gone? You've gone a bit quiet. I wonder if those YouTube messages are coming in. There we are. Katie, you might want to watch those 3 bears in the woods. Watch at them. Oh, yes, the 3 bears. If you go down to the woods today, you're going to have a big surprise. Whoa! Adrian, how would we understand you when wearing a gas mask to stop the smell of your trainers? I haven't got smelly feet, thank you very much. That's for young people, Adrian. Generally, old people haven't got smelly feet, except my sister. Oh, God, they stink, they do. And my brother-in-law puts up with those feet in the same bed, I don't know. Maybe he forces her to leave the feet outside the bed covers. The dogs don't go anywhere near them. Weird City Citizen, you have a good voice personality for reading children's stories. Big demand for that too. Yeah, it's something I've wanted to do for a while, and I've got 2 months to do some stuff now while I'm at home. So I may well try that. A very good morning to Ronnie. There's my mate there. Ronnie's in the house. Hello to you. He's got a little hand up like that. Good morning, Ronnie. Adam, I think you should do The Children Would Love It, and so would the parents, because of your wonderful tones. The children will be asleep in minutes. What do you mean? What do you mean? So you mean to say I might start reading a story and the children will fall asleep? Excuse me, I'm not a Mr. Lullaby here. Blooming cheek, that is. Thank you very much. So, back to the story then. So we had our afternoon tea, and as I say, our lunch yesterday, and the afternoon tea there, I think it's about 15 quid. And when we go to a hotel for afternoon tea, it's like 70 or 80 quid each. Easily. I'm being taken... Oh, he's on there, isn't he? I'm being taken out next Tuesday for afternoon tea at an undisclosed location. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I know. I want you. Except I don't want you. I just want to put it out. Yeah, my mate's taking me out for afternoon tea for my birthday next Tuesday. So looking forward to that. And I don't know where we're going. I have no idea where we're going. Now, we have been doing champagne afternoon teas. But... because I'm not an alcohol drinker, I think the champagne is making me feel a bit queasy after I've had a little sleep, so I might leave the champagne out there. Adrian, good morning to Joanna. You're a bit late, dear. 10 o'clock. Come on, Joanna. How long will we be going here? 45 minutes? 55 minutes? Very late, Joanna. What's going on, dear? Morning, Joanna. Adrian, puppies are hanging around you on Friday nights at the Central Station. This is your farts I can smell, which is disgusting as you're being a vegetarian. What do you mean, don't sing at them? How rude. Don't sing at them. Finished our afternoon lunch. Went back, come back to the caravan, had a bit of a sleep. And then last night I went over to my sister's house. And that was nice, over at my sister's house last night. Usually we go out to Skegness. But I was a bit concerned about the roads. They were icy last night, and it would have been nice, but an unnecessary trip, if you see what I mean. So we didn't go to Skegness. Instead, I went over to my sister's. Now, as I said to you, my niece is living there at the moment, so it had the double bonus of the children. They were still up last night. They stayed up late last night, actually, and my niece. The house is kind of it's like two houses joined in one. So my niece has got one side of the house at the moment. Along with my other nephew as well, who lives there, the younger nephew, Jimmy. And he's got a rash on his back at the moment. We're not quite sure what it was. He only noticed it last night. He took his top off and he's got a big red... It almost looks like a small hand mark, but it's not. He's got a red rash there at the moment. It doesn't itch. It's not painful. He doesn't feel ill or anything, so we're not quite sure what that is. I think he's probably been laying on something, because of course he lays underneath cars to fix them, to do body work and all that business. So I reckon he's possibly scraped it and it's got a little bit infected. But I don't think... I was looking at on the internet. Oh, it's the worst thing you can do, isn't it? Look up an illness on the internet, and there's some serious rashes going on there, I tell you. And none of them really looks like it. It wasn't very big. Wasn't very big. Did you disappear then, Ronnie? It wasn't very big, this rash, but it was kind of on his back, just around by his shoulder there. So keeping an eye on that. And my niece left the living room and she was going out making a cup of tea. And all I did, because I randomly say things. I don't know why that is. I do it when I'm on my own. I do it when I'm out, you know. And I'm sitting there with the two children. I said, "Ice, ice, baby." And great nephew George says, "I know that one." And then they got the Alexa in the room, haven't they? Listening to everything that they're saying. Alexa is in the house. And I said, "Alexa, play Ice, Ice, Baby." And she's playing, connecting to Spotify, playing Ice, Ice, Baby by Vanilla Ice. And it starts, bum, 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 bada, bum, bum. Ice, Ice, Baby. And it comes on. Of course, I start singing it, don't I? Ice, and I'm up. I'm up now. And the three children, there's great nephew George, great niece Emily, who's on another planet altogether. She is in her own little bubble, Emily, mad as a hatter. And there's baby James, who's about 1.5 now. And that's it. We're up. Ice, bum, bum. And we're dancing now. Bum, bum. And then I've jumped up onto the settee. And we're now all up on the leather settee. A beautiful settee, actually. It's one of those Chesterfields. It's quite old. Very old, but very comfortable, the Chesterfield, you know, with all the studs around it, ever so nice, and it's red. And we're up on the settee. Ice, ice, bum, 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 bum. George is there. Ice, ice, baby. Emily's up there, bum, bum, bum. And of course, then George comes up there, but you have to hold his hand because you don't want him to fall flat on his face like Gemma Collins. Although I have a feeling he wouldn't do as much damage to the carpet as she probably did to the ice. Is it right that at the place where they do the the ice Dancing on Ice programme. Is it right they had to completely redo the ice after that fat cow fell on it? Is that... Machines had to be brought in to re-smooth it over. So we're up there doing the Ice Baby. And we played some more songs. It was great evening, actually. And there was a song he likes. I can't remember now. Something... my niece keeps going on about this song which she thinks it says butt crack in it. But it says something completely different, like Baby Come Back or something like that. Is it an old 60s number or Tom Jones, something like that? Don't know. So a great night, really. I came back here, had my dinner, which it was actually the other half of the dinner that my nephew's wife cooked me the other day. She does a great big dinner, and I have half there on Tuesday nights. This is usually, and the other half usually on Wednesdays, but it was on Thursday last night. It's been in the fridge, so it's fine there. Weird City says, "Poor Gemma." Yeah, I feel sorry for her. I did feel sorry for her when she fell over, I've got to admit. And in fact, in the Daily Mirror this morning, there's a story here. Gemma Collins has been struggling with a knee injury during rehearsals for Dancing on Ice. You see, I think she should have, I don't know. Are they allowed to take a week off? I think she should have taken some time out to recover from that, to be honest. The Daily Mirror says, the GC... The GC sadly collapsed onto the ice last week. Yeah, a great amusement to the rest of us. Great, that was the best piece of television I've seen for years. When she went crashing onto the ice. Hilarious. But I did feel sorry for her. Must have been really painful, that. You saw her bounce back up from that ice. Dreadful falling over on ice. She later said it was a blackout, which she believes came from low blood sugar. Oh, she's not saying she don't have enough to eat, is she? Low blood sugar? Are you for real? She is a walking bag of sugar. Anyway, she believes it came from low blood sugar after she spent time linked up to a heart monitor before her dance. What's she doing with a heart monitor on? It left her with a damaged knee, and her boyfriend, James Argent, has a wet blanket if ever you've seen one in your life, was snapped, pushing her around in a wheelchair. Nothing will hold her down. You see, if she was that badly hurt, I don't think she should be dancing like that. Gemma, you know I'm not your biggest fan, darling. You shouldn't be on the telly because you've got no talent whatsoever. But for Christ's sake, look after yourself, darling. No one else will. On Good Morning Britain, a preview shot of her skating was shown where she talked about her injuries were causing her problems. Well, maybe it's time to just put that one away, darling, and take a rest out of that because it's not doing you any good, is it, my love? Now, just to let you know, I don't think all the messages are coming up again. Oh, yeah, they are. Maybe they are. Oh, maybe they are. Maybe they are. So we did have a little bit of a problem with the message systems yesterday. Now, talking about people with no talent whatsoever, this made me laugh. This is in a few papers this morning. Excuse me. Here's the day. Oh dear. Just a minute now. Let's have some asthma stuff this morning. I've been talking so much this morning. This will take 10 seconds. There we go. Right, as I was saying, talking of reality television, this is in all the papers this morning. Here's the Daily Mail's take on it. Now, it says, The Only Way is Essex. Now, I did watch this when it first came out with that Mark Wright. Do you remember Mark Wright? Oh, yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, I'm a television presenter now, ain't I? What can you say? The Only Way is Essex have axed 8 stars. Now, it says stars. Let me tell you, the people on The Only Way is Essex are not stars. They are Z-list celebrity. You are not a star. Barry Manilow is a star. Shirley Bassey is a star. Tina Turner, Neil Diamond, Rod Stewart, they are all stars. You are just Z-list celebrities, I'm afraid. Z-list celebrities. That's all you are. You are not stars. So I wish the papers would stop referring to them as stars. Stars have talent. They have talent. They can learn lines. They can act, or they can sing, or they can do something. You lot can't do anything except shag and row. That's it. Back to the story. 8 of the stars, okay, 8 of the Z-list celebrities in the show's biggest ever cull and are now on the hunt for a new bevy of Essex-based cast members. Oh, please. I mean, I haven't watched it for years. An ITV-BE spokesperson confirmed to Mail Online that 6 celebrities have been cut from Towie, including Miles Barnett. Anyone? No. Former Love Island star Katie McDermott. No, don't know her. Chris Clark. Nope. Adam Hello. Nope, don't know. Dean Ralph. Any ideas? Dean Ralph? Jordan Wright? Any of those people you know? Nope, I thought not. They've also been given the boot, while Chloe Lewis, is that the one with the teeth? I think I might know her. My name's Chloe. What can we look at today? Oh, let's go down to the shop and choose another dress today, shall we? Oh, hello, my name's Chloe. Come and have a look at my Daisy. This is our Daisy, and this is who I'm sleeping with this week. I think that's Chloe. Chloe Lewis and John Clark both mutually agreed with producers that they wouldn't return to the next series of the show. So I don't know about any of those people at all. It says, and this part of it is true, Towie has brought me such amazing... Who are they talking to here? Hang on a minute. I think it's Chloe. Chloe has brought me such amazing opportunities, and I wouldn't change it for the world. It's taught me so much and made me who I am today. What, someone with no talent? Is that what it's made you? Thank you for being everyone's amazing support over the years, and I'm truly very, very grateful. So there we are. All these celebrities are being sacked or are leaving the Only Way is Essex. The trouble is, I've read the names and I don't know any of them, I'm afraid. Not a single one. Michael says, Chris, that's a bit mean. Is it? Which part of what I've just said is a bit mean, Michael? Come back to me, dear. David Bowie is a star. Absolutely, Katie. David Bowie is a star. The Rolling Stones, Michael says, are stars. Yes. ELO are stars. Lots and lots of stars. Lots and lots of stars, except none of them are on The Only Way is Essex. All right. Okay, boys and girls. We'll wrap up here. Let's do today's birthdays. And then I'll tell you where I am tonight, if there's anyone in the North London area. We've got about 10 birthdays today, so here we go. Happy birthday this morning to a very, very good friend of mine, John Springate. You will have heard his music. He was in the Glitter Band, and he writes music, and he's very, very talented. 70 years old today, and I'm proud to say that I have worked with him on a couple of times as well, a few times as well, when I was mainly at the Black Cap, I think. I think he worked with me in Harpo's in Earls Court as well about 25 years ago. Happy birthday to John Springate, 70 years old today. Happy birthday, my good friend, all right? Moses, a very good morning to Moses. Moses is doorman. He's very much into his religion as well, and he does the... it's probably not Kung Fu, but something like that. What's that called now? Martial arts. He does some sort of martial arts. He's a lovely, lovely chap, and he works on the door as well in some places. And he's a very, very, very nice man. Happy birthday to my good friend Moses. I haven't seen you now for about a year and a half, although I do see your stuff on Facebook. Hope you're doing well, sir, okay? Richard Foster. Good morning, Richard. 31 years old today. Dean Brown's birthday today. Vaunda Mayhill. Good morning, Vaunda. 44 years old today. Hope you and... what's his name? Oh, Christ, I can't remember his name now. Oh, gosh. Used to sing with me at karaoke. Derek? Is it Derek? What's your husband's name? I can't remember now. Oh, he'd kill me, wouldn't he? I know. I've got his face. I haven't got his name at the moment. Anyway, happy birthday, darling. 44 today. It's Peter King's birthday today. Happy birthday, Peter. Stephen Banks today is 30 years old. Amy Arts is 44 years old. Michelle B. Williams is a very young 44 years old. 40 seems to be the... Everyone's 44 today. Look at that. Gordon Flynn. Good morning, Gordon. Happy birthday to Gordon Flynn. You all right, sir? Happy birthday to Gordon Flynn this morning. And Les Muir today is... Oh, where's that age gone? I've lost that now. Oh, just a minute. I've lost that there. There it is. Les Muir today is 48 years old. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, boys and girls. You have a lovely day if it's your birthday. Now, if you're in the North London area, I'll be hosting karaoke tonight. Hopefully, I'll be able to get there all right. The weather from here down to London actually looks okay at the moment. So, fingers crossed. And that will be 8:30 till midnight. So, that's at Central Station Bar. Friday night karaoke tonight, Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross, 8:30 until midnight, every Friday that is. Well, thanks very much for joining me. After I finish the show, immediately I'll be packing up my bits and pieces and getting ready to leave a little bit later on. I may, if I can go swimming, I will do. I'm not sure yet. If I do, I'll probably go to the Boston one because that's closer today. Thank you very much. Hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow morning around about 9:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30 time. Fingers crossed for that one. You have a lovely day and thanks very much for watching and listening. See you soon. Bye-bye now.